Hello and welcome to Fists of Filmreel, where we're not that kind of gay.
we're gay in the real way.
Yeah.
They're,
Uh
they're gay in the if you think incest is cool way.
God.
yeah, we watched The Boondock Saints, which is a movie that I have liked quite a bit for several years. Some aspects of this movie have aged weirder than I remembered, but that's fine. It's a good movie overall, I think. Weird stuff in there though.
I think
Absolutely.
I think this movie. I think it ate. Okay, see, I think like it's a movie that works really well in your memory, but not when you're watching it. Like, because
In some ways, yeah.
all the cool bits are like cool, and your brain can like fill in the gaps. But there are a lot of weird gaps.
There are, yeah. Yeah, because so the Boondock Saints is a movie from the late '90s, wherein Norman Reedus and Patrick Swayze. Wait, is it Swayze? No, it's John Patrick Flannery,
I was
not
about to say
Patrick
that's not
Swayze.
Patrick Swayze.
Different Patrick, different fucking Patrick. No, yeah, Norman Reedus and Sean Patrick Flannery are Irish brothers in Boston, and they work in a meatpacking plant, but also they are good at fighting.
They're trained assassins, but also are new at the job? Question mark.
I think.
I have a feeling they are new at the place,
Yeah,
not at the
well, I
job.
don't. Yeah, I think what it is, and this is none of this is said explicitly, so you just got to kind of figure it out based on like context clues. I think what it is that they used to be hitmen, and I think that they quit.
Mm.
That's my read.
Do you think that maybe? I mean, because like, I mean, we're not gonna get into spoilers yet, but do you think maybe the older brother was like had been doing it for a while? I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to like get the backstory. The sequel does. I mean, we aren't talking about the sequel, but the sequel does a little bit more on that. But yeah, this it's just it's this is a movie. It's a movie, and you watch it.
You know,
Uh,
it does also seem to imply that like they kind of had like a hitman upbringing because their dad was definitely a hitman, and also they talk about how like their mom insisted on them like learning a shitload of different languages and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a family thing.
yeah. But
Boondock
yeah,
Really
Saints, a
like, and they
family
really like to
film.
keep it in the family.
Yeah, so they're working at a meatpacking plant, and it's St. Patrick's Day, and they're going to hang out at their bar that they like to hang out at with all their buddies, and where they know the bartender, who is this old guy with Tourette's.
Great
And
character.
I do he's a sweetheart. He's wonderful.
There's a lot of charming things in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so they're having a grand old time on St. Patty's Day, but their buddy who runs the bar lets them know like, hey, listen, we're gonna be closing down here. The Russian mob came and like and bought me out. Like, there's nothing I can do, which is
Yeah.
very sad. Yeah,
And then the movie ends.
Yes.
That's the end of the movie. It just plays Dexy's Midnight Runners as the credits roll.
Yeah.
And as the credits are playing, we're just watching the bartender moving out of the bar and stuff. It's pretty sad.
Yeah, no. So they fucking hang out at the bar for a while. This was a dumb bit. Why did we do that bit? This is what happens when you record for an hour before starting the actual episode.
Yeah.
They spent an hour talking at me about Homestuck, and I feel very uncomfortable.
That is a lie. You were enjoying yourself very much.
I
You're right.
tried
You
to
even
change
found
the
the girl you
subject
like.
by talking about girl dick.
Which which unfortunately for you is very relevant to Homestuck.
This is suddenly
My-
going to become a Homestuck episode.
Mike has become convinced. But anyways,
I'm so tired.
Mike is probably never gonna read Homestuck, but that's okay because he'll know all about it from me. He'll know
And
as much
from
as
me.
if he had read it.
hell yeah.
I'm gonna be Homestuck with you forever.
So so yeah, they hang out at the bar for a while, and then some fucking Russian mob enforcers come in to tell them to clear out, and they're like, "Hey, man, come on! Like, it's St. Patty's Day. Let's have a drink. You don't got to be such a fucking hard ass about this." And these Russian guys aren't keen on it, and they fucking like knock their drinks out of their hands and shit. Wow, what a prick!
These Russian mafia dudes are really weird because they're kind of doing an Italian accent.
Wait, no,
It
they're
kinda
not.
does.
I totally remember this dude was like vaguely like they're obviously trying to be Russian, but I could have swore like the accent's just terrible, like god awful. Like not most of the accents, a lot of the accents in this movie are bad. Like fuck it. I'm pretty sure they gave Norman Reedus as few lines as possible to make sure he doesn't fuck up the Irish accent.
Yeah, no, the accent is bad for sure, but I didn't think it sounded that Italian. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
But anyway, yeah, so he fucking knocks their drinks out of their hands like a prick, and then it fades out to those two Russian mob guys like dead in an alley.
Oh yeah,
Wow, what the fuck
it does
happened?
just jump to that.
Yeah. So, fucking or did it show the guys coming home before that, or yeah, whatever, it doesn't
I
matter.
didn't think
No,
it. I didn't think it
uh,
does.
it shows the scene like where they're discovering the bodies, and you have
Yeah.
the dude going like it was like a big dude.
Yeah. This guy fucking Greenlee is here well, because one of the guys has like fucking like footprints on his back, like shoe prints, right? So yeah, he's just like, okay, so here's what's happening, and he's got like the most like absurd fucking Boston accent of all time. He's like, yeah, so these guys are all walking down this alley, you know, head splitting drunk, when out of nowhere comes this huge freaking guy. and he weaves this tale of how he fucking like broke a sink over one guy's head and then tramples the other one to death.
Yeah, he's trying to like make like a fucking. He keeps insisting on the thing that it's like a robbery.
Yeah, because is there
yeah,
a
'cause-
reason for that?
Yes, they don't have their wallets or any of their possessions.
Right,
because
yeah.
of stuff we see later.
Yeah, so it's just a robbery. Yeah, so yeah, he's trying to put together this like narrative of what's going on, but he doesn't get to do this for very long because an FBI agent comes in because these guys have Russian mob connections, so this is now a federal case, right?
Hmm.
And this is where we introduce Willem Dafoe, who is one of the best parts of this movie. Like,
Truly a closeted trans icon.
I don't know about closeted trans, but he's definitely gay as fuck in this film, and he is delightful.
I don't know. I see like the amount of like just casual like casual homophobia from a openly gay character. Like I've seen a lot of trans people be like that though.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
There's also the thing with the wig later.
And William Dafoe do be feeling himself in that wig.
He do. Yeah. Now that I think about it, like I kind of used to be the way that Willem Dafoe is in this movie. Like not to the degree that he is, but a little bit.
Yeah, I used to
Really?
call everyone queens and fags.
I mean, I did used to like very liberally use the word fag, yes. And I did used to kind of do the whole like splitting hairs between like regular gay person and unacceptable gay person kind of thing.
God, that's I was gonna say that's so cringe, but it is, but also
It is.
Same.
Yeah, no, it's extremely cringe, yeah, and I'm glad that I don't do that anymore.
The
I'm
only
also
good
glad.
gay person is a happy gay person.
Exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, Willem Dafoe comes onto the scene, and he is a much more fucking competent detective than Greenlee is because one, he like looks for fucking like evidence outside of just hey that guy has a footprint on his back.
Yeah.
Like he looks at the scene and like notices bullet holes and he like puts liquid paraffin on the guy's hand so he can see whether he shot a gun or not.
Mind you, he has to like put on earphones and start playing like what was it, like opera or
It was
some
opera.
shit.
Yeah, it was an opera.
And just like listen to the melody as he investigates the crime scene. You know,
Yeah,
as
he's
every
like-
gay
he's like-
person does.
He's like walking down the alley like oh, I just knocked my microphone. Let me say that again. He's like walking down the alley like waving his arms around like
Yeah,
a
very
fucking conductor.
flamboyant.
Yeah. And what he discovers is like, hey, both of these guys shot guns of such and such caliber, I think, and fucking had, hey, look for gun here. Let's ask around at these nearby buildings, see if anybody's reported any like water coming down through their roof, or through their ceiling. And what he discovers is that, yeah, like the guys both shot their own guns, but those guns are now missing. And or at least, you know, they were the ones who shot. They were not the ones who were shot, rather.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking one of the rooms on like the fourth floor in the nearby building has been reporting that there's like been water leaking down through the ceiling. So hey, let's go check out that fifth floor.
Mm-hmm.
And he does, and he sees like, hey, there's something in here that proves that I was right. Fuck you, Greenlee, because Greenlee is expressing doubt this entire time.
Yeah.
And it's from this point onward that Greenlee is the coffee boy.
Yes.
Yeah,
because
it's great.
because he thinks he's such a wonderful, smart detective who knows what's going on, and then and fucking Willem Dafoe walks in and is just embarrasses him constantly, just endlessly.
I really enjoyed the Grinley bits. They were very fun.
They're really good, yeah.
Everyone likes clowning on an asshole.
Yeah, and Greenlee is like, like he's just like he's harmless, but he's just such an asshole, you know.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, so they're going out to like figure out like, okay, where we got two suspects for sure here. Where the fuck are they? What the fuck's going on? Meanwhile, our two protagonists, Norman Reedus and Sean Patrick Flannery, are getting out of the hospital where they were like getting checked out after the fight. And they pass off like a bag full of something to their Tourette's having bartender friend guy. What's in the bag? Who knows? And then they go to the fucking police station to turn themselves in, basically.
Yeah, what happens is I believe that something is the money that he had paid to the Russians and he's giving it back to him.
The bag?
Yes. And also like
some of it was.
The reason they turned themselves in is because the guy with the Tourette's tells him that the FBI is looking for him.
Yeah. It's definitely not like that they just like outright gave him all that stuff though. They were having him hold some of it. Like I'm sure that some of it is like money that they gave back to him, but there was other stuff in that bag, and like they explicitly like said like, hey, hold on to this while we go talk to the police.
Yeah, I think the guns were in there too.
Yeah, because they took the guns and like some jewelry off of the guys.
I like that when they're going to turn themselves in, the camera's just like watching around the police department and like people are just talking about the case and whatever. And Grinley is just going like, oh, like, what are we gonna do? Or we're just gonna like sit around and wait for those two suspects to come and turn themselves in? Because that's never gonna happen. And as he's saying that they're literally walking into the fucking office.
Yeah, specifically like they're talking about finding these two guys because like they found like evidence in their apartment, so like they know who they're looking for.
Yeah.
And Greenlee saying like, oh, these guys are long gone. You know, the best chance you possibly have is to just put a potato on the end of a string and just run it through their neighborhood. If they don't come out, then they're gone. They're out of town. And yeah, they're walking in as he says this, and one of them says, I think you'd have better luck with a beer than a potato.
Yeah. It's very good.
Yeah. But yeah, so they go to talk to Willem Dafoe about what happened and whatnot. And then like while they're talking to him, it basically like flashes back and reconstructs the whole night. So we go back to the bar the night before where the Russians are being dickheads. And one of them knocks out their buddy Rocco, who's like a low-level like errand boy in the Italian mob. And that's the point where they're like, okay, you done goofed. Time to fuck you up. And they have like a big old fucking bar fight. And they tie one of the Russian guys down onto the bar, like face down, pour like strong alcohol on his ass and light it on fire. It's delightful.
It's really fucking funny. And he doesn't react, and as soon as it hits fire, he starts fucking screaming and wailing. So good.
And everyone's just standing there fucking laughing at him. It's great.
Yeah. So the next day, the Russian guys come to these Irish boys' apartment, Like one of them's got a bandaged up head and the other one's got a bandaged up ass. And like they come in, the two guys are asleep, so they, wake them up with a gun to their head, and like they have Sean Patrick Flannery handcuff himself to the toilet, where they have him like kneel in front of it and like put the hand like thread the handcuffs like behind the back of the toilet, so he's like trapped there while they take they take Norman out into the alley to shoot him. And things are looking rough. Things are like, how the fuck do you possibly get out of this situation? Like what is to be done, right? So what's to be done is that Sean Patrick Flannery is a fucking like strong fucking freak, and he pulls the entire toilet out of its fucking like out of its like housing.
Fucking
Goes up to the
Chad.
roof with it. Yeah, goes up to the roof with it because they're like right below the roof. Goes up to the roof with it, throws the toilet down onto the guy who's about to shoot his brother, and jumps down onto the other guy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's such
And
a
then
cool scene.
It's incredible, yeah. And then like while he and the guy that he jumped down onto are recovering, Norman like grabs one of the pieces of the toilet and like uses it to like beat down the guy that Sean jumped onto. and then yeah, just really quick like takes out their wallets, takes their guns, takes any jewelry they have on their hands, puts it all in a bag that he found in like the trash next to them in the alley. Like picks up his brother and heads off to the hospital.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Like I really enjoy. It's something that this movie does a lot, where it will have like William Dafoe envision the aftermath, and then it will show the audience what actually happened. And as the movie progresses, William Dafoe gets like more and more in the headspace of the Saints, and he starts becoming part of the action. It's such a like a cool, like, this movie has a lot of cool stuff in it for how like batshit weird it is.
Yeah, because this time, like, it's just, he kind of figures some stuff out, and then later on it flashes back to what actually happened. Then, like, the second big action scene, it has, like, Willem Dafoe Willem Dafoe is, like, in the place, and he's kind of like laying out what's going on, and he kind of goes into more detail with it, and then it flashes back and shows the whole thing sooner than it did this time, because this time there was like a couple scenes in between when he was explaining it and when it was flashed back to. The third one, it's cutting back and forth between him talking about what's happening and it showing what's happening. And for the final one, he is in the scene, like, narrating it as it's going down.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's really good.
And it, kind of a spoiler here, but we already recommended the movie basically. Like, it really reflects Willem Dafoe's headspace, because over the course of the film, as he learns more about the Saints and what they're doing, he comes to realize that like he's on their side, and like he wants to collaborate with them basically. And like and this is reflected in how he's like getting closer and closer to them with each one.
I would say that like revelation, like, something about it feels off or maybe rushed to me. Like, I feel like
I feel
20
the
minutes
same.
was cut out of this movie somehow.
Yeah, it kind of does feel a little bit like that.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, so so yeah, we get like this like explanation of what happened, and Willem Dafoe is like, "Wow, you guys are fucking wilding out here." Well, that sure sounds like self-defense to me. So, no charges or anything. We can they end up deciding to like stay the night in a cell there, just for the sake of like not, being out where they can be like easily
Targeted.
easily retaliated against. And after that they get the stuff back from their bartender friend, including one of the Russian guy's pager, which has a fucking page for them. So they they call the associated number. While they were talking to Willem Dafoe, it establishes that they know like a shit ton of languages. So they're able to just know what is being said on the phone in Russian, because why not? And yeah, they mark down like where this fucking like meeting is supposed to be going down, and decide, hey, you know what? Let's go kill some more mobsters. Let's just do it.
And they like
They go to the fucking
they
like
go to
store.
yeah they go to like their secret Irish gun department. I don't know how to describe it, and like it's never established what it exists, how they have access to it. They just have it.
Yeah, I
Um,
think that it's like I think that it's related to their mob connections.
Yeah.
Is what I'm
It's
guessing.
also just very clearly underground.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's definitely underground. It's also very clearly Irish because like it's like this big room with like a shitload of weapons in it, and the back wall is like an Irish flag with like a fucking Bible verse in Latin written.
Yeah.
Like it is this movie is Irish Catholic as fuck, by the way. Like it's incredibly Irish Catholic.
it's the most. The only way it could be more Irish Catholic is if. No, I couldn't. I was
There's
trying to
no
think
way.
of some way. No, it's so fucking Irish and so fucking Catholic.
There's no possible way it could be more.
Yeah.
So they're suiting up, you know, they're getting like fucking silenced pistols and shit. Um Sean Patrick Flannery is talking about how like, hey, you know, I should get a rope. Their guy's like, what the fuck do you need a rope for? He's like, oh, you know, fucking Charlie Bronson, he's always got a fucking rope. We should get a rope.
He's always got a fucking rope. He's always fucking that fuck. That's what they fucking sound like. I'm
It
sorry.
is. It really is, yeah.
Not even
Fucking,
wrong.
and fucking Norman Reedus is trying so hard to do that. And I think he only breaks it once and it's toward the end, but man, his accent's
Yeah.
so rough.
It's pretty rough, yeah. It's pretty scuffed, but yeah, they're getting like you say like, oh, you know, he's always got a rope in those movies, and he always needs it. You know, he never knows what he's gonna need it for, but he always needs it. So
Yeah,
and
they're like, yeah, this shit's not the TV. This is not a movie. It's like, what the
Wink.
fuck are you on about?
yeah, well, yeah, because Norman Reedus is kind of making fun of him for it, and
Yeah.
like as Reedus is like looking at another gun, like Flannery like pulls out like a fucking Rambo knife out of his fucking duffel bag. He's like, "Oh, is that right, huh? Fucking Rambo ass buck knife."
Yeah,
And he's like, "All right, fine, get your fucking rope."
It's really fucking funny how we have a scene making fun of Rambo after watching the shittiest Rambo movie.
yeah.
Yeah, so he gets his rope, and they take it with them as they go to the hotel where the Russian mob is like having like a meeting where like a high level guy is coming in to fucking talk to some folks and shit, right?
Mhm.
And then they, you know, they get all suited up. They get on their like black cloaks that they look really cool, or black coats that they look really cool in, and they put on their fucking ski masks.
Wait, hold on. Isn't it like a little before this that we get like a shot with Rocco talking to some dude?
Oh yeah, the fucking scene where Rocco is peer pressured into being racist.
Oh, that
God.
one's real rough.
Yeah.
It is a funny scene. I do like it, but man.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
So I'll be the one to bite the bullet without saying the words. Rocco goes to meet his mob boss. I think he is he Russian? Is that a Russian boss?
No, he's Italian.
Italian.
It's
okay.
Italian, yeah, very
goes to-
Italian.
He goes to meet his Italian mob boss, and his mob boss is like, "You're literally garbage. I fucking hate your guts. I want to fucking piss on your grave."
Well, okay, here's the thing. The boss doesn't really express like opinion towards Rocco, but the boss's right hand guy, played by Ron Jeremy, by the way,
biggest cock in
fucking
the
hates-
game.
fucking hates Rocco's guts, like despises him. Like, like he and Rocco clearly have a history, and they fucking despise each other. And like Rocco is like kind of shit talking him, and the guy like almost starts to like fucking pound on him. Like he's getting up to fight when he's interrupted by the mob boss, who is on the phone silently this whole time, just suddenly starts screaming into the receiver.
Yeah.
Like he's just like yelling shit in Italian, and then finishes it off with "You insignificant little fuck! I always get my money," and fucking like slams it down.
Yeah, I
Like,
forgot
it's-
about that.
This guy is aggressively fucking Italian.
The only thing he's missing
Literally
is
aggressive.
going bapa da beepa.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So
he sits down and he's like, I heard you're the funny man. Tell me a joke, please. And he starts telling a joke that when I was a kid was my favorite joke, and it was my favorite joke because of this movie. And
God.
it's like it goes a little something like this. So a black man inward because that's what they fucking say.
yeah,
It's
fucking
so
fucking.
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
The scene is
it's
okay.
like
Yeah, like
Rocco's
Rocco
trying
is
to
telling.
just call him like a black man, or I think he even says like African American at some point or something like
Yeah,
that.
and like
And they're
and
they're just making him call him N word instead.
like they're like, no, say the slur, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really uncomfortable. Like
Yeah,
it's
and Rocco is very uncomfortable.
Yeah, like
but as
like Rocco is clearly like not super comfortable saying this word either. Like it's clearly not a word that he says constantly or anything. Like
Yeah.
he's like, oh right, yeah, sure. Like I guess that's where I am now.
Yeah, exactly.
so he tells the joke is that a black man, a Hispanic man, and I believe he makes him say spick.
Yes, they do.
That's another slur. I don't like saying that, but it's slightly more acceptable to say than the other one. And a white guy, and they find a magic lamp, and they get to each make one wish. And the black guy, he wishes that all of his brethren were away from America and all of its problems in their own home country, and the genie snaps them away. And then the Hispanic man makes the same joke. And then the white guy goes, so you mean to tell me all the N words and all the S words are gone? Well, I guess I'll have a Coke. It's so. Ooh, I'm cringing especially hard because that was my bread and butter line when I was like 13. That was my opener, baby.
God.
Oh, and there's that one, and then there's the one with the joke with the Hispanic guys in the corn, which is slightly less racist but still fucked up.
I don't think I'm familiar with that one, but that one isn't in this movie, so we don't need to worry about
But
that.
yeah,
one
we don't
right
need to
now.
go over it.
Please don't expose me, my 13. Don't cancel 13-year-old me on Twitter.com, please. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it is definitely like it's an extremely uncomfortable scene by design because Rocco is like clearly terrified that if he's not funny enough, he's gonna get fucking killed.
Yeah.
Like, and like he's like stammering his way through the entire joke, and like towards the end of it, he's like, I'm sorry, I'm having an off day. I'm not funny today. This is no good. This isn't funny. And fucking like the mob boss like with like a completely expressionless face just says, finish the joke.
Yeah.
and Rocco like
He's fucking shitting
accepts
himself.
his fate and finishes the joke. No more stammering because he is ready to die now.
Yeah.
It says, that last line says the punchline, and there's like a full 10 seconds of silence between between like all of them just fucking like sitting there like staring before the mob boss like starts completely losing his entire shit.
Yeah.
and the tension evaporates finally as like, okay, he liked the joke, he's not gonna kill Rocco. And he laughs for like fucking like 30 seconds straight and then goes, tell another one.
It's such a weird scene, man. Like I don't think it's superfluous. Like I don't think it serves no purpose. It obviously does. Like it introduces Rocco. It like shows how he's like an anxious fucking mess. And it
also shows how like he's like the guy who gets shit on in this organization.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
But also, man, that scene is real. It's real rough, baby.
It is pretty
Just
rough.
the fact that they're like, no, say the slur, you Italian fuck.
Yeah.
It's man. But it does it once that scene's over, there's not too much more of that anymore.
I mean, there's not more
fortunately.
slurs, at least. Everyone in this movie is, like, super fucking racist, but, like, it's Boston. What do you expect?
Yes. It's Boston in the 90s.
Yeah.
Everyone was racist and still is. You can't get your fucking your steak wit without hearing a slur. That's just true.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, then the fucking brothers go to their fucking hotel, and like they put on the masks and climb into the vents, and then it again cuts to, hey, aftermath time.
Yeah, this
So
is probably my favorite aftermath of the movie.
it's really good, yeah,
It's a
because
pretty good one.
yeah, they come into the hotel room, dead bodies everywhere. They're all laying on their back with their hands crossed over or their arms crossed over their chest and a coin on each eye. And they're like, what the fuck's going on? Hey, this main guy here, he got fucking like double tapped through the back of the head, and the bullets came out of his eyes, so he is eyeless now. Man, what a fucking cool scene. So they're like trying to figure out like what exactly the fuck is going on, and Willem Dafoe is talking about how like fucking the coins on the eye is probably religious intent, because that's generally like a religion thing, especially since they're all like have their arms crossed over their chest as well. That's probably what's going on, right? But like what the fuck is going on with like I don't know, this whole like Willem Dafoe is saying like I don't know, this whole situation seems like this is dumb, right? Like this is like something you see in like a stupid movie, right? Like they fucking came down through the ceiling through the fucking vents and like took out like an entire room full of guys. Like just what the fuck, right? Like this is this is the meta joke part of the movie.
And
he also
has
figures
to
out that there's two of them.
yeah, I was about to say that he has to. Everyone else is like assuming that there's like more. That is just one guy, or at least Grinley is assuming that it's only one guy.
Yeah, Greenlee thinks there's one guy for sure.
And Defoe is just explaining to him like, oh, it's fucking impossible. It's fucking impossible for one guy to come in here and take all of these guys out by himself, and also like,
look at how this guy is dead, or how this guy was killed.
Yeah, look at like the trajectory, the bullets followed in his head, and there's like two of them.
He was shot. Yeah, he was shot twice in the back of the head, seemingly at the same time, and like I said, the bullets like went through his head and came out his eyes, but they're at an angle where their trajectories like cross inside his head and come out the opposite eye. And Willem Dafoe is saying like, that makes sense if there were two shooters who both stood behind him and each held a gun to his head. If it was one shooter, like why would he like cock his elbows out to get that kind of an angle?
Yeah, exactly.
Like he would just hold them both straight forward. Yeah, so then it cuts back and you see like the guy, our boys are fucking like, yeah, they're crawling through the vents, they're trying to get to the room, and they start like fucking fighting each other in the like they have like a little slap fight in the vents because they're fucking brothers who are pricks to each other.
It's so fucking funny.
It's so petty and stupid.
Yeah, like a literal fucking slap fight.
I've had that fight, but it didn't end with me killing an entire room of Italians.
Yeah, because they have their little slap fight, but then the fucking vent that they're in collapses and they fall through the ceiling.
And they get like stuck on the rope.
Yeah, the rope that Flannery took with them, like it's caught, like they're all like caught in it, and they end up hanging upside down and spinning, and shoot all of the dudes in the room except for the guy that they're like their main target guy. Like all the other dudes who are like going for guns just get fucking shot by these two hitmen that are hanging from the ceiling.
It's so fucking funny too, because in the previous scene before they cut back, they're like, these guys were real fucking professionals, and it's just two fucking assholes like getting the most lucky in the entire world.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Like if they actually had been like super fucking professional and like dropped down on ropes and shit and done that, then like Defoe said, that would have been incredibly stupid television,
Yeah.
And as it stands, it's still fucking stupid, but the movie knows that it's fucking stupid and it's great.
It's super cute. I adore this scene, and the best part is like after they kill everyone and they do the coin thing. There's a fucking knock at the door, and who is it bringing room service in but their buddy Rocco?
Yeah, and they're like, oh shit, fucking, it's Rocco is like trying to have his debut, his fucking breakthrough. We gotta fuck with him, right? Oh, we totally gotta fuck with him. So they
So
put
they-
their masks back on. And
They
then
like
they
let him in and they grab him and they pull him into the thing and they like fucking point guns at him while he's next to the dead body, and they're doing Irish accents trying to do American accents. It's so fucking funny.
and they're just like screaming at his face and like holding the guns to his head.
Yeah, like say like, oh fuck it, let's kill him right now. He's fucking seen too much.
And then he like they find his gun and it's a fucking 6-shooter and there was like 11 people there. So they're like, what were you gonna? What did he say? What you're gonna kill the other 3 guys by talking them to death or something like that?
Yeah, some shit like that.
It's so
yeah,
fucking funny.
and yeah, Rocco's like, look, man, there was only supposed to be like 2 guys in here. Six was supposed to be plenty, right? And yeah, they fucking reveal themselves to him, and he freaks the fuck out, and it's all, you know, very, very cool and funny.
Yeah, and they're like just laughing their asses off at him.
Yeah, they notice a suitcase on like a bar over in the side of the room, and they go and check it out, and they find out that hey, this is full of cash. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They just happen to I like the idea of them bumblefucking into hits and getting like accidentally paid for it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so they take their cash, they go buy a bunch of fucking booze. You know, they don't spend all the cash on booze, obviously, but they buy a bunch of fucking booze, and just, you know, hang out with Rocco at his apartment and fucking talk about like what they've been doing. Like, hey man, you know, we just, you know, we took out some scumbags, and then we saw an opportunity to take out more scumbags, and we were like, hey, why don't we just do this now?
Yeah, it's our new thing.
Yeah, we just kill people who are bad.
I really like this scene. The reason I like this scene where they're like drinking at the table is because it turns into a Quentin Tarantino movie for like 5 seconds. Cause it's just they're just talking and there's just a cat. There's a cute little kitty cat on the table, just yucking it up. And it's just a cat there. And then at one point, Rocco's like, yeah, we should do it. I could be with you guys. We could fucking do it. And he slams on the table and a gun fires and splatters the cat like fucking raspberry jam against the wall.
Just all over the fucking wall, and like they all like freak the fuck out because, you know, nobody expected a fucking gun to go off right then, and they see blood. What the fuck happened? Like, I'm pretty sure Rocco thought that he shot his thumb off or something, because like
it's really fucking like it's like super sudden. Like I've seen this movie like 3 times before. I'd forgotten about it because it's such a small moment, and I freaked out watching it. Like, it triggered my anxiety.
And the
this
thing
was the point at which
I was watching with you guys, and I fucking the camera like cuts the cat, and I'm looking at it, and I start saying while watching with you guys, like, look at this fucking cat, look at this good ass cat, and as I'm like mid sentence, it happens, and the cat gets popped, and I just start losing my mind.
I'm convinced Enzo actually killed the cat. It's Enzo's fault. Everyone blame Enzo. Enzo fucking murked that kitty cat.
No.
Yeah, we were watching it with my girlfriend Ellie, and at this point she was just like, I don't like this movie anymore.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, like the cat gets fucking like the cat is gone. There is nothing left of that cat.
The mist ode the cat is all over the place.
Yeah, and like they freak out for a second, and they realize that like none of them died, and it's just the cat that got shot, and like fucking Norman Reedus just goes, I can't believe that fucking happened.
It's so fucking. This movie's so stupid. It's so dumb.
Yeah, so next, like, it's the next morning, and and you know they're recovering from their night of drinking and cat killing, and yeah, they're fucking like talking to Rocco, and they're telling him like, hey man, listen, like, they gave you really bad info there, like really fucking bad, like so bad that they probably knew that it was bad info. Like, are you sure that you want to go fucking talk to your bosses? Because we think that you were maybe supposed to die last night. We think that they were maybe just trying to get rid of you. And Rocco doesn't really want to hear this, so they kind of have like a little argument about it, and he fucks off, you know. it is what it is.
Oh yeah, he's gonna go meet up with his friends before going to the thing and to report to his boss.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna lay low in his apartment all day.
Yeah. Because what else can they do? Now, this was the point at which I had to like dip out from the movie for a bit to go do something. I have seen this scene before, but I don't remember it as freshly as I remember the other scenes since I just watched them the other night. So what exactly was it that spurred Rocco to take the action he's about to take?
Okay, so what happens is Rocco goes to a local like it's like a little bar, not a bar, like a little eatery, a little tiny restaurant, and he walks inside and he goes and sees his friends and he starts talking about like what happened and one of them just goes like, "Oh yeah, dude, you're live." Dude, there was like 9 guys there, and he's like, "What? You knew that there was like 9 guys there?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, everyone fucking knew. I mean, the fucking shopkeep, he knew before anyone else." And he basically like has he in that exact moment becomes Jokerfied and just
Yeah.
through his jacket shoots him in the fucking face, and then kills the other friend, and then walks over to the guy and he's like, "You fucking knew," and just fucking shoots him, I think 2 or 3 times, and then walks out.
Literally what he does is like he's shooting the guy and he's like, he's saying, "Oh, you thought it was fucking funny to let the funny guy get killed, right?" And he keeps shooting him while like saying like shouting funny over and over as he continues shooting.
Funny,
And
funny poopy.
he keeps going until like he continues until like he is out of bullets and it is clicking with each shot. And then he leaves.
What I do want to point out about the scene is that it happens after, the brothers are like chilling in his apartment and they get a call from him and they pick up instantly and he just says like, "Oh, I killed them all," or some shit like that.
No, he doesn't
And-
tell them that he killed them. They're
Are you sure?
Wait, does he?
I'm pretty sure he calls
No,
them and
no.
tells them.
He does not call them. What he does is he calls them before he goes in.
Oh, he calls
and he's all
before he
like,
goes in. That is true.
"Everything's gonna be fucking groovy," and
Yeah.
it's like a really weird phone call because it comes out of nowhere. They're worrying about him all day, and he's just like, it sounds like he's already done something bad, but no, Rocco's just a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, because he calls and he is just like he has like this super fucking weird cadence to his voice, and like the last thing he says on the phone call is like, "I'll catch you on the flip side."
Yeah, that's yeah. And he hangs up and then immediately commits triple homicide.
Yeah.
And then
but
he
thing,
rushes home and he's like, "We
the
gotta
thing
fucking
is-
go."
the thing I still want to point out about the scene is that like when we switch over to like his point of view to like go and do the shooting, it like switches over in the same way that it does for the fucking when they're like showing the scenes of like proper
Yeah,
of what
because
the
it's
brothers
showing
did.
that like, hey, this is back in time a little bit.
Yeah, and the way everything in that scene is like plays out makes it seem like he is the coolest guy in the world. So it's very clearly just like the scene happening specifically from his perspective of just
Yeah.
him being cool.
Like,
But yeah.
there's no way it actually went down that perfectly. Like, it's like shot in such a "I have the biggest cock in the room" energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And his hair is like all flowy and perfect and shit. Fucking
Yeah,
stupid.
so he fucking like bursts back into the apartment like, "All right, we gotta fucking get the fuck out of here. We're going." The first thing he grabs is like a bunch of vinyl records off of a shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This man's got his priorities in straight. He got to make sure he has that first edition Chicago record.
Yeah, but yeah, he fucking bursts in, like starts getting his shit together while his girlfriend, who I think technically is the one who like has who it's like her apartment,
Yeah.
and her friend are like fucking bitching out at fucking our Irish boys, and he's like freaking out like, "All right, we gotta fucking go," I'm probably wanted by the entire fucking Italian mob right now. and like his girlfriend keeps like trying to get his attention, and finally he's like, what do you want? And she goes, where's my cat? And he goes, I fucking killed your cat, you stupid druggy bitch. Like,
And then he pulls the gun on her because she starts babbling, and he's just like, "Well, if you could fucking tell me that cat's name, I'll fucking kill myself." And she goes, Sparky," and he's like, fuck, what color was it? It's such a funny scene. I love Rocco in this movie.
yeah, he's delightful because like he's such like a little worm. Like he's so pathetic
Yeah.
in the best way. Like not pathetic in a way that makes you hate him, like fucking like George Costanza or someone. But like he's pitiable, you know?
Yeah, we all know Rocco.
Yeah.
God.
So yeah, and at that point, Rocco is like he fucks off with the Irish boys, and he goes like, "Hey, listen, I'm no longer in with the mob, but I do know like all of their fucking like dealings and shit because I was their fucking errand boy. Like they were always having me fucking run back and forth for shit. Like I know their routines and stuff. I can tell you where people are gonna be, and then you can go and fucking take them out, you know." And the brothers are just like, yeah, you know what, that sounds all right. That's cool. Let's do it. So their first target, now that they are officially mob killers, is Ron Jeremy. Cause fuck that guy. Like man, fuck that. Like he is like, he barely has any time in this movie at all, and he is like utterly disgusting for every moment that he's on screen. Right? Like
I think the reason why is because like Ron Jeremy was born with like a passive trait that causes him to constantly leak fluids out of his body, so he always looks sticky. Like if you've watched as much Ron Jeremy porn as I have, you'll know that it's pretty constant. He always looks like he smells like he tastes salty.
God, I hate it.
I watch a lot of porn. I don't think I've ever seen anything with Ron Jeremy in it.
I
That's
would rather
because you
keep it that
don't
way.
peruse the ugly bastard tags.
But yeah, no. So like, I'm just talking morally though. Like he is just like a fucking slime ball of a person, you know? Like
A greasy baby.
like he just yeah.
It
So
reminds me of what's that guy from FF7? Palmer. Reminds me of Palmer.
which guy was that? Oh, he's the guy that gets hit by the truck, right?
I think so. It's been a long time since I played that game.
Like he's the one who's like coming to like fuck over Sid, and you have a boss fight with him, but at the end of it, he just runs away and gets hit by a truck.
It's the guy in the yellow suit. I remember that much.
Yeah, I think he's the one. I'm pretty sure. But anyway,
But it's
Yeah,
like
no,
the
fuck
same.
Ron
It's the
Jeremy in this
same
movie. He's a
level of
piece of shit.
pathetic, basically.
yeah, like he's just like a gross dude.
Same.
What?
Same.
No, you are not nearly as gross as Ron Jeremy.
Yeah.
in this
I am
movie.
very easily the Ron Jeremy of this friend group, except like also the nega Ron Jeremy because I don't have sex.
Like okay, like that's
Neither
the thing
does
though,
him,
is that
he
this
just
is a
jerks
very
off to
like
televisions.
non-gross friend group. Like being the Ron Jeremy of this friend group is just like, oh, you're like a fucking human being. Like it's not.
I'm the ugly bastard of the friend group, and you cannot take this away from me.
All right, fine, sure. Anyway, they fucking go to kill him, and of course the place that he is for sure gonna be at, that like he would not miss it, that they can definitely find him, is a fucking like skeezy ass porn theater.
Yeah.
It's not even that. It's literally like I forget the name of it, but it's literally like a type of strip joint where like the strippers are behind glass.
Yeah, but like he's not watching the stripper.
Yeah, Ron Jeremy goes to a strip bar to jerk off to a tiny TV watching porn. It's this is the most cursed energy a man can have while masturbating.
It's because he needs to, like, the room that he's in when he jerks off is like completely dark because it's supposed to be like, you know, you're in this dark room and then the window opens and you can see the stripper behind glass, right? But it's closed when he's doing it. So it's like this pitch dark room, and I'm convinced that it's because he needs to like know that the sunlight will never touch him as he is jerking off.
The sunlight will disinfect his skin. He cannot.
Yeah, so they go in, they find the room that he's in, and like, fucking just blast the fuck out of him. And then they like go and like they see some like, bills come in through like the bill slot on the other windows. And they go and look through like the little viewfinders there to see who's in them. And they're like, oh, hey, these guys are also fucking scumbags that we, have history with, and like we know what the deal is. We've been wanting to kill these guys for a while, even before we were killing people, and now we are killing people, and they're right here. Let's fucking do it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's two other guys. Meanwhile, like Rocco, the stripper that is like supposed to be in this room, like they knocked her out, because they didn't want to like kill a stripper, because like what's she done? She's just a stripper,
Yeah.
She's fine.
Let her doing her job.
But they knocked her out, and when she like fell down, her tip fell out, and like while they're like dealing like finishing up with Ron Jeremy, Rocco notices this. And just starts feeling her up, and they're like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?" He goes, "Oh, I'll tip her." So while they're like getting ready to fucking take out these other guys, Rocco is like, "Hey, listen, guys, let me take these guys out. Like, I need to make up for that tit thing. Like, I need to fucking cleanse my aura with this shit."
Like,
So
totally not cool. I know. Let me just off a guy to make up for it.
yeah. So they're like, all right, Rocco, here, you stand in the middle. You fucking, get ready to fucking fire. We'll open these hatches for you. And he fucking like, fires off. It's super dumb. Like there are much more practical ways to have done this than to have opened both at once and have Rocco fire at both at the same time. Like, fucking guns akimbo, but whatever, it's cool.
This
Yeah.
You know what? This movie has such a big Saints Row energy.
It
It
really
does.
does.
And
Yeah.
and especially like the way like Rocco's literally like a Saints Row NPC who just does
Yeah.
dumb bullshit that literally causes all the problems.
Right.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
no, I never realized it, but it totally does have Saints Row energy.
Oh god,
and, like-
it's literally Saints Row. Jesus Christ, it literally is. Oh my god, on
Yeah.
purpose. I just realized.
Saints.
Fuck.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Oh fuck. God, did fucking whoever like was the director of the first Saints Row game like watch Boondock Saints and be like, I want to make a movie that's like, or I want to make a game that's like this but dumber.
Probably.
Ugh.
That's funny.
Yeah, and incidentally, this is the scene, by the way, where we start getting like cutting back and forth between what Willem Dafoe is describing and what's happening. So like, he's like pointing out like how all of these guys were like fucking he points out how like Ron Jeremy fits like the profile of the Russian guy that got killed. Like he's a high level enforcer, but the other two guys, they're like low level street thugs. Like what's the problem with them? And Greenlee actually has like an actual fucking observation, which is like, well, hey, they're all bad guys. Maybe that's the thing. Like maybe it's not about like standing. Maybe it's about the fact that they're scumbags, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also, because we totally like glossed over it. Whenever Ron Jeremy gets murdered, and it cuts to like them notifying Willem Dafoe, he's in bed cuddling post coitus with his Asian sex mate.
Well, hold up now, because he is specifically not cuddling. Like they are laying in bed, and
Yeah,
Willem
they're just
Dafoe
in bed
picks up the
together. They're
phone,
not cuddling.
and this dude that he was fucking like tries to like cuddle up to him, and Willem Dafoe is like slapping him away.
He
And
doesn't he fucking say, "Don't be such a faggot"?
literally,
Yeah.
no. What happens is like, yeah, he slaps the guy away, and then hangs up the phone, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And the guy's like, I just wanted to cuddle, and Willem Dafoe goes, cuddle? What a fag, and walks away.
Like literally, William Dafoe was just balls deep in a man, and he still feels the need.
Yeah.
Feels the need. This man.
Yeah, that's when the
God.
movie establishes, hey, that's not the type of gay we have here.
Yeah. William Dafoe is a socially acceptable gay.
God, it's fucking terrible.
So yeah, he's going over like the shit that went down in there and about how like fits the MO and whatnot. And then he also talks about how like this guy here, like he was the like I can tell that like he was shot with like proper form, like it's accurate. The bullets aren't like the bullets aren't like fucking going too wide or whatever. Like whoever shot this guy knew what they were doing. These two guys would look like they were shot by amateurs. Like they had nowhere near as accurate. No, just way shittier shooting, right? And it cuts to like the fact that Rocco was the one who took out those ones. He's like, but we have a fucking like something bizarre here too. Because this guy was shot exclusively with bullets from gun A, and that guy was shot exclusively with bullets from gun B, except this guy was shot with one bullet from gun B, and this other guy was shot with one bullet from gun A. Why would you switch between the two guns for the last shot? What the fuck?
And the answer is that Rocco's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Because he's shooting both of them, arms out. And then for the last shot, he crosses his arms and fires one more shot and shouts, "Wyatt fucking Earp!"
A reference that literally no one listening to this will understand.
Yeah, I am familiar with who Wyatt Earp is, and I am familiar with like the fact that there are a couple movies about him, but I have not seen either of those movies. I know that my mom likes the movie Tombstone a lot, which was one of the movies made about him.
Yeah, apparently that movie's good. We should watch that someday.
Yeah, we should. But yeah, no, I don't really get it either. I just know who Wyatt Earp is, and that this is apparently a reference to him.
We'll watch Tombstone for the podcast, and then you'll have an epiphany, and you'll just start laughing as that becomes the funniest scene in all cinema for you.
Yeah. So and like Willem Dafoe is like about to walk away, but then he stops for a second, and he goes like he walks back into the middle of the room, like points his hands out to the two corpses, and then crosses them, and he goes, "Gentlemen, I believe we have a cowboy," and then leaves.
Yeah.
It's funny. You see, because he said he's Wyatt Earp. It's funny.
Yes, yeah, thank you, Mike. Thank you.
I am the joke explainer. I make things funny.
Yeah, so let's see. I believe it's after this happens, like they're going they're going for the next guy on Rocco's shit list, and he goes, "Hey, I fucking this guy is like the worst fucking guy ever. Like I had to fucking accompany this guy on a hit one time. Worst night of my goddamn life. Like this guy, he gets in the car, doesn't say a fucking word to me the entire goddamn night. I drive him to where he's going. He gets out of the car, goes in, kills the guy's whole family, like fucking, cuts up the bits of carpet that have blood on them so that there's, so that shit's not left behind. Puts all the corpses and all the evidence and everything into a dumpster and just torches it all. Never says a word the entire fucking night. He's like a fucking robot.
It was like woman, children, doesn't matter. He just takes it out.
Yeah. Like fuck this guy, right? So this is the point where there's less of like cutting back and forth between what's going on with Willem Dafoe and what's going on with these guys, because like he's getting closer and closer, and now he is just in the scene describing what's going on as they're doing it. Mm-hmm. Like you said, like, okay, yeah, and then they come up here, there's this woman who we found knocked out on the scene. She would have known the code to get into the garage. So
yeah, because
they had
Rock says like, oh, this guy like has like meetings with friends to like play games and drink or whatever. Game. Like every game. Like Saturday at this exact time.
Yeah.
And then they like apparently they just like found one of the people that would know like the code to enter, who would be like expected.
Because I think it was the guy's like wife or something.
Yeah. And then they just use her to like get into place.
Yeah, so like he's saying how like they had her put in the code, then they knocked her out. Not 100% sure how they did it, but judging by the burn on their back, probably a stun gun. And they go in and fucking pandemonium, and like it shows like all three of them walk in, and like everybody in the room freezes and like looks at them, and Rocco like looks at everybody in the room and he goes, all of them, and they just fucking let loose. And like it's great because like it's panning across like all three of them, just, you know, two guns out, blasting away, and like Willem Dafoe is standing next to him, just like miming shooting guns.
It's so great.
He's just like fucking bang bang. He's got like he's fucking bow-legged too. It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah. And like a couple of the guys in the room like duck under the billiards table, and one of the brothers like dives down onto his side and like fires at them from the ground. And they're looking through the corpses afterwards, and Rocco's like, wait a minute, the guy's not here, like the main guy, like what the fuck, where is he?
Yeah. And while all the shooting is happening, we keep cutting like to the bathroom that is like across from the entrance. And like some
there's
bullets
like a little
like got
dedicated
through
bathroom out here.
some bullets like got through the hole or through the door. And
Yeah, because
the dude is actually just like taking a shit, and he's just like sitting there, and he just like sees the bullets coming through, and he just like calmly like gets up and stuff, and like no rush or anything.
yeah, he stands up, he pulls his pants up, he fucking like takes the towels off of like the towel bar and like folds them neatly on the counter, and then yanks the towel bar off of the wall as Rocco is like coming to check that door. And like as like he goes to open the door, like Rocco's right there, and Rocco like shoves his hand through with the gun and like shoots the guy in the stomach, and the guy like hits him on the arm with the bar and knocks the gun out of his hand. Fucking like shoves him down and is like on top of him, strangling him. And one of them is like, I think it was like Norman Reedus was like going to like shoot the guy, and Flannery is like, wait, no, let him take care of it.
Yeah, this is his thing. Yeah, let him do his thing.
And Rocco's there just like getting fucking strangled on the ground. But Flannery like takes one pool ball, I think is the cue ball, and just like rolls it over to him.
Yeah, it's the cue ball.
Yeah, and he manages to fucking like grab it and, you know, bash the guy over the head and take him out. And he goes to like fucking tackle Flannery, who just like judo throws him on, like just redirects his body inertia into knocking him down onto the pool table and like holding him down. He's like, hey, calm down. You did good. You got it taken care of. We're good. And then he puts his hand over his mouth and like kisses him on the mouth through his hand.
Yeah, because no homo, obviously.
Right, yeah.
Me when I want to kiss my homies goodnight, except the hand's not there. Come here.
Exactly, because Mike is full homo.
Hey! Let's not fucking slander on this podcast. I am bisexual, as in bye to sex. See ya.
What?
No, it wasn't funny. I know I'm really low. I'm sleepy. I'm a tired little baby boy.
Again, this is what happens when we talk about Homestuck for an hour before recording.
Yes, it literally drained all of my energy and all my funny as well. Ha ha ha. Not that I have much to begin with.
Anyways.
But yeah, so they're heading back out, and Willem Dafoe's like, but this is where all fucking hell breaks loose for real, because there are 6 fucking dudes out here waiting for him. And I know that because there were fucking 6 distinct guns with like different types of bullets that we found casings from here. So like they come out the front, they have no idea what's fucking waiting for him here. And as he's saying this, like it shows them coming out, there's not 6 dudes. There's one guy. There's one old guy played by Billy Connolly who is like, he's got a cigar in his mouth, he's got a fucking trench coat on, he's got like a fucking cap on, sunglasses, and he's got 6 fucking guns holstered on his torso.
I just real quick, I want to correct you. I don't know whatever frou-frou actor you said it is. It's actually George R.R. Martin. This is what he did instead of writing one of the books. He just killed a bunch of people with a gun.
Look, Mike, please don't slander Billy Connolly. Billy Connolly is a cool fucking actor.
don't slander Billy Connolly as I accuse George R.R. Martin of committing murder.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Fuck George R.R. Martin. But Billy Connolly is... Do you know what else Billy Connolly has been in?
Homestuck?
I hate you. I hate you so much.
What was that, Enzo?
Is it Homestuck?
No, he was in fucking Muppet Treasure Island, motherfucker.
Oh,
He played what the fuck was his Billy Bones. He played Billy Bones in that.
so anyway, this scene happened.
Hey, fuck you. That's a good movie.
I'm gonna you a good movie.
It is. It's a good movie. I'm gonna make you watch Muppet Treasure Island now. That movie owns.
This is like this is assault of a coercive nature.
But no, it's just me making you watch a good fucking movie.
You guys.
Cringe.
You guys.
I can't believe that you are a fucking anti-Muppet cringe lord.
Yeah, because Muppets are cringe, and you're cringe for liking
Fuck
them.
you. Fuck you. Muppets. I mean, it's not like I think like all Muppet stuff is like equally good or anything. Like there are some Muppet movies that are pretty not great. Like Muppets from Space can go fuck off. Muppet Treasure Island is fucking Kino though.
You just like Muppets because you're a furry. Got 'em.
No, Muppets aren't furries. What's wrong with you?
Muppets are basically furries.
No, they are
Wait,
not.
actually, no, they're...
They're furry adjacent.
No, fuck you.
Okay, they are adjacent.
Maybe
They are
adjacent.
They are at in Nivion.
No, they are maybe adjacent. They are not furries though. Fuck you.
All right, this is
But
enough
no,
of
Muppet
this
Treasure Island
bit.
is a great movie. Fucking Tim Curry as Long John Silver, great fucking movie.
Anyways. Six
Fuck
guns.
you guys.
Just
What did I do?
sandbag completely your enjoyment of the Muppets. Fuck you.
Anyway, yeah, both of you fuck off because Billy
what
Connolly is
did I
cool as
do?
shit in this movie. He fucking pulls out 2 guns and is blaring away, and like each time he runs out of bullets, he just pulls out more guns.
got
And yeah,
infinite of
they
them.
take some hits because like they got like no cover where they're at, and they weren't expecting him to be there. And you know they're freaking the fuck out. Fucking Rocco loses a finger.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
his finger gets shot off.
It's literally the thing that solves the whole thing.
Yeah, because before they leave, like he ends up running out of bullets before killing them, so he fucks off. And like they're about to leave, and they had ammonia with them, and they spray their blood with the ammonia to like so that it's no good as evidence. Like they can't get anything out of it. Like they can't do like a blood test or anything. And like Willem Dafoe is very fucking upset about this, and he's like having himself a little hissy fit tantrum in the bushes, but he lands on the like he like falls to the ground in the midst of his tantrum and like finds the finger there, and he like recomposes himself, you know, grabs it in a handkerchief, sticks it in his pocket, and walks away.
God.
It's like I think at this point in the movie you're supposed to like get the feeling that like William Dafoe has become on their side and thinks what they're doing is just. I just feel like it hasn't established that enough.
Yeah, no, it hasn't. It is like one of the few things that I kind of dislike about this film is that like it could have done better with that.
Has William Dafoe once again become William the Friend?
Cursed to be William Dafoe and Billy the Friend.
Yeah, so fucking so they head back to like a fucking apartment after this fucking hell fight that they just had, where they heat up like a clothes iron on the stove and use it to cauterize their wounds in like probably the most like viscerally physically uncomfortable to watch scene in this movie, because like people get fucked up in this film, but this is the first part where it's just like, ooh, oh fuck, you know. Like
Yeah.
They just keep cauterizing things over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like, I get it. We saw the iron. We saw you once. This is, come on.
I mean, it's 3. It's 1 on each of them. Like they do Swayze. They do. I keep wanting to say Patrick Swayze. They do Sean Patrick Flannery's shoulder. They do fucking Norman Reedus's like knee, I think, and they fucking cauterize the end of Rocco's fucking finger stump.
Yeah, you know, I gotta agree with Mike here. When they pulled out Patrick Swayze just to cauterize him, I thought it was a little too much.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
when Footloose like popped off and they just like grabbed him and like held him down and like branded him, that was a little weird.
yeah, but yeah, like and like it's very because like the way that they do it is like they have the guy who they're cauterizing. They have one guy with the fucking like iron who like holds whatever he's about to cauterize in place, and then the other guy has like a hand towel which he has like he's like rolled up and is like holding taut in the guy's mouth so that he doesn't scream as they do it.
Yeah.
And he's like biting down on it. And it's like he's just like one guy is literally just like standing behind whoever's getting cauterized using both hands to hold the towel in his mouth. It's fucked.
Yeah.
And like he's fucking writhing in like just abject fucking agony. Like it's bad.
Some bad shit, you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, so what was the next scene? Right, the next scene is fucking Willem Dafoe like taking the fingerprint and finding out who it is and seeing Rocco and being like, wait, what the fuck? What the shit? What's this guy have to do with these this guy couldn't be it. He's a nobody.
Wait, this guy's a nobody? This breaks my entire idea. I need to go get plastered at a gay bar.
It is true, it does do that.
And then he calls the bartender a fairy.
He calls like he in such a loud way as to offend every gay person in Boston.
Because listen, guys, he's not that kind of a queer.
Like-
he's not. He's a cool guy.
Like-
He's a cool gay guy.
Like the bartender was just walked up to him and has a lisp and was like, he was like, "Can I get another?" And he's like, "I think you've had enough. I'm gonna." He's like, "Shut the fuck up, you fucking fairy." It's like, Jesus Christ, William Dafoe. I get it. You have some internalized homophobia. Calm down, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and the next morning, like, he, fucking... Oh, no, there was something else that, like, let him figure out that, like, the Irish guys were also involved, wasn't there?
It was the fact that Rocco was the one that brought them clothes.
Right, yeah. Rocco brought them close. So, yeah, he figures out that it's the Irish guys, and he goes, oh, it's these guys. It's been these guys all along, and that's why he's fucking drinking, because he's like, okay, now I'm definitely on their side, but I can't deal with this. I gotta drink. I gotta fucking drink.
Yeah, and he gets like fucked up at the bar until it's like morning.
Yeah. So he fucking goes out and he like just stumbles into a church to ask for guidance, and Rocco like sees him and follows him in there. And it happens to be the same church that the Irish brothers were stopping off at, because by the way, they're very fucking Irish Catholic, not Italian Catholic, Irish Catholic. Did I mention how Irish Catholic they are? God, I just almost started a race war there.
Nicole almost starts a race war.
Is that your attempt to hum the fucking Always Sunny theme?
I am sundowning super hard for my brain.
Fair. But yeah, so he goes in to fucking like ask for fucking guidance in the confessional, and like Rocco follows him in, and like he sees him go into the confessional, and he knows like, hey, wait, this is that FBI inspector. Like he's probably like on our fucking trail. So he fucking grabs the pastor and like holds him at gunpoint, and takes him into the confessional booth and is like, look, just fucking do the confessional, don't fucking say shit to him, get him out of here, right? And fucking Sean Patrick Flannery sees like Rocco going into the confessional with the pastor holding a gun to his head, so he goes into like the other compartment behind them and like picks his way through the divider in order to like reach through and grab Rocco by the hair and be like, hey, let go of that fucking pastor, you cunt. Like,
Yeah.
so we've got two people held at gunpoint as Willem Dafoe is just on the other side of the divider, like talking about how like, hey, listen, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm supposed to fucking bring in criminals, but like these guys they're fucking killing criminals and they're going outside the law, and like I feel like what they're doing is good maybe, and like I don't know what the fuck, pastor, what the fuck is going on?
This whole scene of William Dafoe like having this confessional thing, it feels like like what like I don't know what it is about the scene. It feels like William Dafoe knows that what is happening on the other side of the partition, and is playing it up to like feed them. This is how I always read it when I first watched the movie. It's like he's feeding them info to like entrap them, but no, he's literally just being like, I want to be there. These guys are so cool. I want to be their friends.
I mean, he's going like, this is the stuff that I wish I could do, but I can't.
Yeah.
And
Pastor,
they're just doing it.
Pastor, being a cop is so cringe. I'm so tired of being baby. I just want to go ape shit.
Yeah, so, okay, so I remember the next, like, big scene, but I'm trying to remember how we get there.
So after they realize that he's on their side, they get the card that they got from earlier in the film to give him a call, in which they plan out going to this mobster's house in order to like whack him.
Right.
Yeah, and it's
okay.
it's the mobster that is the leader of the thing like Rocco used to be a part of.
Yeah, the Italian mob boss.
And it goes wrong right away. Like, we don't even get to see it go wrong. It starts, and then the scene starts, and then someone comes in the room and is like, hey, we caught 3 jackoffs.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I don't remember, because it doesn't show.
Yeah, it literally cuts to the next scene after they say we're gonna do it, and they're like, we caught those guys. They're fucking tied up and shit. Let's go fuck them up.
Yeah. Okay. So they're like tied up in the basement. And they come in and they fucking kill Rocco.
Well, yeah, it's the end of Rocco's modern life. Know what I'm saying?
Fuck you.
I'm so sorry. This episode's going off the rails, you guys.
Yeah. They kill Rocco. The other 2 guys are still tied up. Meanwhile, Willem Dafoe is infiltrating.
Yeah. We get Bobby.
That's
Bobby the girl.
That's a word for it. Infiltrating.
I love.
Yeah.
So William Dafoe shows up dressed as a lady, and like
As a hooker.
Like I'm saying William Dafoe's pulling it off, but like the guy who answers the door like addresses William Dafoe as if he is the most attractive lady in the universe. It's
Like it is fucking weird because like don't get me wrong, Willem Dafoe does not look bad dressed like that. Like, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
But
it's like you cut. It's like it's done in reverse shot where you're seeing him react to William Dafoe, and then it'll cut to William Dafoe with a William Dafoe jaw, and it's like, what do you see? What are you seeing? Like, I want to see your vision right now. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, 'cause
I would feel up that jaw and smooch it, but like, what are you like? You're reacting like a cis person would react to like the hot lady from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
yeah, like it's like yeah, Willem Dafoe does not look bad, but like Willem Dafoe at this moment looks like, you know, he looks like a fucking like pretty hot 45-year-old woman.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I'd put it. He looks like a mom.
Maybe the
Yeah.
guy's into moms.
True.
Maybe. Hey, yeah, maybe.
True. And you know.
But yeah, so like, so and the guy is like, all right, listen, look, you're fucking hot as fuck, and like, you know, that fucking guy, he's such a great guy, always fucking sending over fucking the best fucking whores for us, and but like, you know, I really can't, I really, you know, we were busy tonight, we got shit to do, and Willem Dafoe fucking like the biggest fucking kiss, like
Grabs him by the
tongue
collar,
way
just
in
like
there.
pulls him against the door.
Bites his fucking lip and pulls on
Yeah,
it.
like as he's pulling back, like he fucking like bites down on the guy's lip and like tugs it, like Jesus.
Yeah.
It's super horny. Like, it's super horny.
It
yeah.
is extremely
So the guy's like,
horny.
all right, you know what? Come on in. Yeah, so he fucking takes Willem Dafoe into the bathroom, and Willem Dafoe keeps this act up for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Like, literally the only reason William Dafoe stops is because the wig gets shifted slightly and it's noticed that William Dafoe is actually a man, and that's the moment where it's like and William Dafoe seems almost like upset that he can't like get his rocks off real quick.
Yeah.
It's interesting too though, because the guy, the scene could have been handled a lot worse than it was, because like the guy could have like really hardcore freaked out, and he kind of didn't. He just like, he saw that the wig shifted, he was like, hey, what the fuck, and like that, and then Willem shot him. like
Yeah.
like that's about it.
It could have been much worse, but it could have also been better.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna say that like this movie has like, you know, we've been critical of this movie's, you know, representation up to now. There's also there, you know, still a critical view, but it also could have been so much worse with this setup, right?
Like,
But yeah, so
it's not very trans panicky, although there are shades of that.
yeah, exactly. It's like a transpanic scenario, but not framed in a transpanic way.
Yeah, it's more like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? You're not blonde?
Yeah, so fucking so yeah, Willem Dafoe like gets his fucking wig back on and heads back out and is now solid snaking his way through the hallways. I believe he even kills a guy who's like sitting there.
I want that version of Metal Gear. Metal Queer. Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh.
I hate my. I'm gone. I'm gonna kill myself.
That was the good one though. That was
a good one.
your one good joke for this episode.
I'm Metal Gear. I'm done. It's. And then the guy shows up, the guy with the bandolero and the gun, who looks like George R.R. Martin, and doesn't kill William Dafoe because he doesn't kill women, as is established early in the movie.
And as is established like 5 minutes ago, Willem Dafoe passes super well as a woman by the viewpoints of the people in this film.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe they're all just like super transpositive.
This takes place in an alternate history Boston that's anti-feminist but pro-trans.
God.
Because we didn't talk about it earlier, but like way early in the movie, there's like a stereotype like feminist character who they just beat the shit out of.
Well, let's okay. So like, it's not that they beat the shit out of her for being feminist. Like, it's not as bad as that. Like, I'm not gonna try to defend this scene too hard because this scene is like uncomfortable to watch, honestly.
Yeah.
Because like she's doing like the feminist stereotype thing of like getting way too upset over like just some little thing. Like one of them says rule of thumb, and she's like, "Excuse me, did you just say rule of thumb? Back in such and such a time, there was a law that like you were allowed to beat your wife so long as the stick that you used was no wider than your thumb." And like, I don't know if that's even true, but
I think
regardless,
but like it is irregardless. It's a very weird like scene that just it only exists to show that these guys working at the meat plant are they're a bunch of wackadoos.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the fucking, if this scene were written in 2013 or 2014, then like she would have literally said something about that phrase triggering her, basically. Like that's the construction of the scene.
I feel like if
Like-
that scene was made in 2021, it would be an anti-feminist guy.
So like so they're continuing to joke around. Like the one who said rule of thumb was like, oh, no wider than your thumb. Well, you can't do much damage with that, can you? Maybe it should have been the rule of wrist. And like, and she's like, you know, being all pissy, and he's like, "Ah, calm down, you know, it's, you know, whatever. We're all friends here. It's, I didn't mean nothing by it." And she's like, "Nah, fuck you," and like kicks him in the balls. So
Yeah.
Norman Reedus like just decks her and just knocks her out clean. And it's like, you know, again, could have been worse. Could have also been a lot fucking better.
That's exactly how you would describe any kind of representation in this movie. Could have been worse.
Yeah.
Could have been fucking better.
True.
Yeah.
But it could have been worse.
But yeah, so like,
But yeah, George R.R. Martin's skulking around, going to kill the two Irish boyos.
yeah, and he's also like massacring like basically everyone else there, because that's the thing, like his character was kind of established earlier on in a scene we glossed over because it's not that interesting of a scene, but like he doesn't kill women, he doesn't kill children, he always gets it done, but also like once you've let him loose, he is going, right? Like he is a fucking machine who will not be stopped, and he has no restraint other than not killing women and children. So yeah, he fucking, you know, massacres his way through this fucking house, makes his way down to the basement where he finds the boys there, and they're like, they're saying their family prayer over Rocco's corpse, which was established earlier that they do this every time they kill someone. They say their family's prayer over them. And Rocco at one point is saying like, "Hey, teach me that prayer you guys do. Like that's cool. I want to say that too." And they're like, "No, that's a family thing. That's just us." So they're doing the prayer over him as Il Duce, as the guy is called, the Duke, comes in behind them, and he starts speaking it along with them. Gasp! Fucking what's the word for like reveal? The French word for reveal that sometimes is used. I don't remember. Fuck it. I don't remember it. It doesn't matter. The point is, big reveal. Oh my god, he's their dad.
He is daddy.
Brah, brah. And by brah, I mean
Yeah.
rap, because it's like it's the least twist of a twist could ever twist.
I mean, you know, it's a bit of a thing, but yeah, whatever.
Exactly, like that's the exact energy it has. Like he walks into frame, he's like, "I'm your dad," and they basically just like, "Yeah," and then it cuts to like 6 months later.
Well, I think, yeah, it does, cause like
You're trying to
'cause the
remember
next
connective
scene-
tissue, but there isn't any.
because the next scene is like the fucking mob boss that like hired Il Duce to kill them is on trial for some shit that he's definitely gonna walk on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Willem Dafoe like uses his fucking position to orchestrate the Irish lads being able to crash that particular court session. And they fucking come in and, you know, guns blazing, and they give like this whole big old fucking speech to everybody in the fucking place about how like you've been chosen to reveal our existence to the world. We're killing scumbags. You know, we don't care if you're like a petty thief or whatever. Like, you know, that's fine. You do you. But, you know, if you do, like, the really fucked up shit, if you're fucking going around killing people who didn't do, you know, killing innocent people, if you're going around fucking raping people, we're fucking coming for you, you piece of shit. We'll fucking get you.
This scene is the reason why every guy you know who has beaten their wife loves this movie. Because it's so, and I mean that because it's so I'm the good guy LARPy.
Yeah, like, it's a cool scene. I like it. But it is also like a scene that like like fascist shitheads would also love this scene.
Yeah, because it's literally being like, we know better than people who make the laws. We will literally take it into our own hands. Also, return to tradition where we're old fashioned Irish guys, and also what's his face? This is the scene where oh god, what's his name? The actor who I was making fun of for not being able to have an Irish accent.
Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus. This is the scene in which Norman Reedus gives up on trying to sound Irish. He doesn't even try.
Yeah, like the thing is, like, so when you're doing like vigilante stuff in a movie, there's always like a risk of coming across like super fashy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, you're always gonna come across a little fashy, right? Because it's like it's just kind of the nature of it, right?
Yeah.
But like there are different degrees, and outside of this scene, I think most of this movie does a good job of not being all that fashy because it's very specifically like
this movie
like
at no point is we gotta take down the system, man. And then the end is like the system is bad, and don't get me wrong, the system is bad and corrupt, but it's not like we have to change the system as like a people. It's no, we are the good guys and we say what is good and bad. We have the guns.
Right. And like whereas like for most of the movie it's presented as like a couple like very like a couple dudes who don't have any particular standing in society, like I kind of glossed over it earlier, but like when you see these guys' apartment, it is a barren fucking room with 2 mattresses on the floor and like a communal shower to the side and like a couple toilets with nothing around them.
The only reason it qualifies as a shithole is because they literally ripped the toilet out, so you have to shit in a hole now.
Yeah.
True.
Like these guys are, and they're working at a fucking meat packing plant. Like these guys are not anything in society, right? So like, whereas the guys that they're going after are fucking, mob bosses and shit, like people at the top of these organizational crime structures. So in that sense, like it stops it from appearing too fashy because it kind of has like almost an anarchist bent to it,
Then cut to this scene, and they are literally just a paramilitary group
Yeah.
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 that are backed by the police.
Yeah.
It's
Oh god,
really,
I didn't even
it's
put
really
that
sus.
together.
Yeah, so yeah, I wasn't going to criticize this movie's like violence politics until this scene, basically.
Yeah, no, and you know what? I still like this scene. It's
It's a good scene.
It's a good scene. Just
It's really cool. They're like I didn't say their speech as cool as they said it because I'm not even gonna try, but like they say it's really cool speech. It's very fucking cool.
and they all three in unison say their family prayers. They shoot the guy in the head. One of them with a shotgun, and that seems a little overkill. Like, come on.
Yeah,
a
fuck
little
it.
bit.
Fuck that guy.
And it's a cool little scene. And
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's
You know what? I take it back. Fuck that guy. He killed Rocco.
true.
Yeah.
That's basically
Yeah,
how
and
the
then-
movie ends.
Yeah, they go back to their hotel room and like they're talking to their daddy about how like, hey, listen, all we know what we got to do. All the only question is like, do we have the conviction to do it? And then it cuts to just like man on the street segment on a news story about them, where they're just like asking random people like, hey, what do you think of the Saints?
The man on the street segment is so fucking weird.
Yeah,
It's-
and that
it's
is
very
just playing
strange.
during the credits, and it's just
Yeah,
really
it's playing over
weird.
the first part of the credits.
It's like, I don't know how to, like, you're watching it, and like every single time there's a white person on screen, they're like, I don't know about those Saints, but then it'll show to a black person and be like, those Saints are the best and they are good, and it's like, thank you, I get it, the underprivileged, I get it, thank you. Like that end credit scene just like hits you over the head way too hard. And it's not bad. It's funny. I like it. It's just so weird.
Yeah,
The entire
guys
end of
think
this
there's a
movie
lot
is
of weird
just
choices in this movie.
You guys think this or which one is worse, this credit scene or the First Blood credits?
Well, okay. The First Blood, that credit sequence is bad just because like a really weird song starts playing.
Yeah.
This one's just like, I would say First Blood's technically worse because like I like this end credit scene. It just feels like that court scene and this scene just feel like they were part of a different movie.
True. I feel that.
Yeah. So yeah, overall, I would say Boondock Saints pretty good. There's some stuff in it that's like, ugh, but it's pretty good overall.
Yeah,
It's like
It's
like
got some-
all of the action shit is like really good.
It's
like
got
a-
some rough moments, but what I can say is that it's a fun movie. It's a very fun
Yeah.
movie.
it's like a B tier Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so yeah, that's about all we've got for this episode. Next time we're gonna be watching Predator, the original one with Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
certified
By
classic.
my fucking demands after First Blood Part 2.
Yes. God, that's a fucking cool movie, and it's been like 10 years since I saw that movie, so I'm really looking forward to seeing it again.
I'm super looking forward to that.
I know I wasn't supposed to tell everyone, but like Enzo said that if we didn't watch Predator, he would quit the podcast and then cancel us for all the stuff we say in our private chat, like how Nicole
And for all the stuff we say before we like when we start recording, but before I cut it.
Please donate to the Patreon so you can get 50 minutes of Nicole talking at me about fucking Homestuck.
Yeah, let's
hate it.
let's open
Punctuated by Enzo asking me how big my dick is and me answering honestly.
Yeah, and
That's
me
the
being
kinda-
disappointed.
And me getting hype.
Anyways,
Yeah,
I
so-
hope you guys had a good time.
Yep. Yeah,
You want to
be
do
sure
the
to follow
plugs?
us all on Twitter. I forgot to do our Twitter introductions earlier on because I'd been talking about Homestuck for an hour. I have been dying this entire episode.
Yeah.
You've been dying.
yeah.
I was already tired coming in. I'm
Yeah,
so
so
sleepy.
follow us all on Twitter. I'm at Nilcad and Mike is at AnyMikaru. Enzo is at _Tonuha. Hey, check out my new video that I put out a week ago when you hear this. It's about Hades and abuse, and it's probably the best thing I've made to date. The response has been pretty good, so that's exciting.
It is a very good
Yay.
video.
Yeah, it's pretty cringe.
Thank you. Yeah, so also I'm streaming on Twitch again. I started streaming last week as well. So currently going through Resident Evil 7, which is a good game, a cool game. I'm streaming on Saturdays instead of Sundays now, but follow twitch.tv/DokanNaquita. Also still follow Frog King's Twitch, even though they aren't really streaming almost ever. Twitch.tv/FrogKing live, Frog King live, sorry.
Yeah,
What
sorry
else
for
do I need to
the
plug?
lack of amphibians in the room.
There's been
Also follow We Hate Anime and listen to We Hate Anime, the other podcast Mike is on.
or don't like the most recent episodes about Interstellar 555 are a mess. Were released in multiple parts because scheduling is a fuck. Listen to my part where I talk about Omori. You should play that video game. That's a video game about learning to forgive yourself. It's a good game.
I might have to check that out sometime.
I should.
Is there
I
anything
should
else that
play
needs
more of it.
plugged?
My anus.
Go read
Based.
Homestuck.
cool.
Yeah, go read Homestuck. Well, read Problem Sleuth first, and if you like Problem Sleuth's humor, then continue into Homestuck.
Yeah. Also, don't interact with the fans.
You can interact with us. We're the good ones. Just like
Oh,
just
God,
like
don't
Willem
say
Dafoe
that.
is the gay good guy, or the good gay guy.
Don't. I'm gonna repeat what Enzo said. Don't interact with the fans.
Well,
Good
why?
night,
What's wrong,
everybody.
Mike?
Or morning.
Have I hurt you in some way?
This recording is 2.5 hours, and an entire hour of that is you talking about Homestuck, your favorite trolls.
Good night, guys.
Oh yeah, I was telling you all about Nepeta and how she talks in
I
cat
am
puns and
ending
how
the
like
recording.
literally every fucking bit of fucking like IRC chat she has like starts with like a speech bubble from a double mouthed cat.
I am ending the recording right now.
Good night.
All right, cool.